why the Africa Center for Statistics is developing a medium-term statistical program for various reasons. But the key ones really, first of all, is that we want to respond to the new demands on data. The new demands on data, we have discovered that the data ecosystem has changed enormously. We have new actors now that are playing in the data ecosystem, some of them who are not necessarily statisticians. But also we have also found out that there are other actors who are providing much versatile kind of approaches to statistical systems in our countries. And that even ourselves at the Africa Center for Statistics, we needed to change to, if you like, if I may say that, to change and adapt new ways of doing business. We cannot do business as usual. We need to change the business process. People in ECA don't necessarily have to go to other databases like the IMF, World Bank, and so forth, which means that it requires us to update our database in ECA to make it much more robust, much more current, to have data that can be able to inform all sorts of policy researchers within ECA. But to do that, we realized that we needed, first of all, to understand who we are. And this is the how part of it. Who are we as the African Center for Statistics, and where do we want to go? So right now what we are doing is to build consensus amongst ourselves as staff within the Africa Center for Statistics. First of all, to really identify who we are and how we want to save ECA and our stakeholders, which are the member countries. In the last couple of months, one of the things we have been doing is also to reach out to the divisions, already to find out what are their data needs. What exactly do they need? Because all of them are now saying, look, we need data, but we need to be specific. Data can be anything. So we are talking to the countries, we are talking to our divisions to tell us exactly the actual data that they require in their work processes. So I think that's why we're here today, in the last 2 days with colleagues, to sort of brainstorm, really understand how we can move forward and how we can also embrace technology. Because one of the key things that's coming out very clearly is the issue of the use of new methods, which is technology, machine learning, data science, big data, and so forth. We want to move away from traditional way of collecting data to using modern methods. Without necessarily having to go to collect data from surveys and censuses. Can we use other methods? So to do that, we need to understand how to do that and understand ourselves.
This is just the first of the many meetings and deliberations that we're going to have as a division, because the ultimate goal is to come up with a medium-term plan or program for the African Center for Statistics in the next 3 to 5 years. So the idea is it will provide a document. The final output of this exercise is to come up with a document that will guide us as we continue to serve our member state and continue being relevant as an institution for ECA and also for our major stakeholders. And as you know, the Secretary General's data strategy for everyone, for everywhere now, is something that is requiring us to have the necessary skill and to constantly evolve as the Center for Statistics, especially that we're serving a totally diverse and economies and member states. So we are hoping that with this exercise that will ultimately give us the output that we need, which is a medium-term plan, we will be able to serve the member states better. Because at the end of the day, we are the UN and we are civil servants. And we shall continue to serve the way we were envisaged to serve the member states from years back.
The objective of our work is to develop medium-term statistic program for the African Center for Statistics for the period 2025 to 2027. The outcome of this work is, the work started yesterday, is to collect information, let colleagues brainstorm, to contribute, get their input that's going to now be used to develop the program. Yesterday and today were sessions where we brainstorm to get the input from colleagues on different phases and different parts of the medium program. We want to follow a consultative process where every staff member is part of that. So problems identified by staff solutions are listed by them, and the actions we're going to take, implement during the medium term are proposed by colleagues. So it makes that we own the process and produce a document that's implementable by the African Center for Statistics.